Oh my gosh, my hair's a mess. Okay, I guess we're live now. I'm going to actually, let me turn off Xbox for now. Shout out to everyone who joined the, there I am. Thanks to everyone who joined the Endless Lobby that I did for a little bit. I mean, if you guys like it, I'll keep doing it. But for now, what I'm going to do for you guys today is do a match analysis of today I'm going to do a match analysis of Sanford Kelly versus Native Impact. This was a match that happened at Next Level not a couple weeks ago. What am I saying? It happened the other day. Happened, I want to say yesterday? 2 days ago. The reason why I recently received a lot of, it was really kind of surprising, a lot of requests on Twitch, on my Twitch channel, to say like, yo, analyze this match, what happened, because a lot of people were criticizing Native as far as being random, some random scrub, Sanford, and I don't think that's the case. So my objective today is to analyze the match to the best of my ability, and also to give sort of constructive feedback on the match itself. That's the objective. I actually only saw this match live once, so basically live when it happened. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let the match play out the first time as is, as if, I guess you would say, you would see it as a viewer, and then the second time around I'm going to, I guess, put my 2 cents in. This is the first time me doing a match analysis of any kind on my channel, so I apologize in advance if there's any like bugs or hiccups. I'm going to try to avoid them as much as possible. That's in a perfect world, obviously. So let's get to it. Oh, black screen, haha. Alright, let's get to it. I'm going to pump this up.
Native, we're good to go. Button check.
Native winning his bad matchups today. I guess he's feeling it.
Oh yeah, Blanca versus Seahawk is favorable.
I want to thank. Well, this video does not belong to me, so don't. I really do not want people to rip this. This isn't going to be this kind of thing where I just post a video up and people rip it. So shout out to Team Spooky for capturing this event and also capturing this match, because this kind of exposes a pretty tough matchup for T-Hawk. So again, thanks again to Team Spooky, and let's get to it.
Blanca. Me earlier, and then he beat Steve in losers. So hopefully he can keep this up next week. I mean, it's hard. It's not easy.
So again, I'm just going to let it run straight through as it was, and then probably replay it a couple times just to break down some little things.
Can't always win your bad matchups, but he did today.
All right. Now he's got a bad matchup, but it's in the person department, not the character department. It's Sanford Kelly.
Oof. Oni versus T-Hawk.
That's always a fun thing to hear. Yeah, this guy's in my pool. Let's go. Game number 1.
Oni is particularly really good against grapplers because he has a lot of options against them. Wow, and a dash up, fearless command throw there. Native really willing to go to the end with the wrist. I'm sure he watched a lot of KOG's videos.
Koji Cog, yeah, that guy's T-Hawk also in there. But one of the things that I noticed about Koji Cog is because he's been playing T-Hawk for so long, he still got some of the old T-Hawk ingrained with the new T-Hawk. So he still plays very safe and stuff.
And that is not caught because you're out of range. It is a 0-frame ultra, and now he's playing like a nut right here. And now he's playing a little bit safer.
By safer, you mean he's not close enough so he can't press any buttons yet. Oh, that sucked, by the way.
Yep, and just committing to the command throw because you gotta with T-Hawk. That's the only choice you got. These characters do or die all the time. Nice mix-up and fierce DP. And Sanford's really good at whip punishing into full combos from multiple ranges. So I wouldn't be surprised if Native has a lot of trouble against this guy. All right, nice DP there.
Yes.
And body, like I said, Oni does really good at tools against grapplers.
I noticed that Sanford is depending on Dragon Punch to save him after the cross-up body splash setups.
So that he doesn't have a mix-up.
Yeah, Native may want to consider just trying to bait in that situation.
Yep. All right, and a counter spire. Go for a counter spire. Try to stand in strong anti-air, but Sanford gets out of the corner there. Smooth move with the Tatsu.
Yep.
All right. And dash up. That was a bad situation. Sanford could have got ultra. And now he's at disadvantage.
General Scales in the house. What's up, Scales? What's going on?
Happy birthday. Yeah, I saw the video. I saw the video.
Oh, man. Jumping with Sanford.
All right. And now he has Native in the corner.
Yep.
Or letting him out of the corner. Oh, EX Spire, footsies, really good move. -3 on block.
Right now.
And here we go, and just building meter.
Yep.
And nice confirm, like I said, multiple ranges. Sanford has immaculate confirmation. Not there
though, and he gets punished. That crouch fierce does have recovery on block.
And here it comes. He's gonna take the risk.
Oh, he's got him in the corner.
And he just
he's
mashed Ultra 1, and
Sanford missed his combo, and that was the game.
And Native always will live on the edge, always will go round per round, always will go 1-1 with his opponent because of his play style. He will never cleanly beat somebody.
Wow. I don't know about that. That's T-Hawk.
I don't know, man. He goes round per round for every person I've watched today.
If he hits you with an ultra every time, doesn't that mean that he's just that good at hitting ultra?
No, that means he got hit.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. You're fair enough. I mean, Sanford did drop his combo. I'm just saying. That's how it goes,
T-Hawk's that character.
You know, Shoto players do that, too. They mash Dragon Punch so hard whenever you're doing any combo. They're like, please mess up so I can show you.
Nice. T-Hawk's a very dangerous character in the right hands.
Yeah, and this is the right hands right now. This kid knows no fear.
And there you go.
Spin the stick.
You thought you were blocking, now you're grabbed.
You like roulette, spin to win. Duff. Look how much life that
Get some meter. Yep, and whip punish. And just fearless DP. And dash, SBD. Slam him to the ground. Might steal this. He's 1-0 right now.
This is bad.
Native playing really on fire today. And he's staring at his opponent. It's a very annoying thing that you're side by side when your opponent as is doing that.
Oh my god, get off. That was
all right, and he punishes.
Yep, punishes again.
Eating these fierces. A nice roundhouse to the face. And just ear expires. And wow, a ridiculous, unnecessary DP there.
Oh
and a toward, and he's just gonna eat another toward fierce and a Hutto pin.
That was fortunate for Sanford, by the way, because
and
Native took a whole
here
ton
comes
of
the
damage
nuttiness. And Condor dive, just do it. YOLO style. You only live once. You only live once. Native is the king of risk.
You have to go for it, though, man.
Yep, that is a T-Hawk. Is a part of T-Hawk style. You don't have to play T-Hawk this way. No, you don't. You don't. Because there are T-Hawks in Japan that don't play like this, and they're really good. I played 3 different styles, and they're crazy. But this is one of them. This is the I consider this one of the scariest because you don't know what he's gonna do. Here's
a nice answer back there with the double back strong combo, neutral jump setup, another neutral jump.
And a fearless jump.
Oh my God, this is bad. This is bad. Native, huge life advantage. Has a bar from EX
and the toward fears, and he's just trying to keep him out.
Too far to punish with that.
And I smell a dash BS coming.
Oh my God, Sanford's got to get away from this corner.
And he's just trying to close the gap towards strong. That is punishable, and he's gonna confirm. He didn't do a full confirm, and he DP'd, and he's gonna do a DP. Sanford with the clutch.
That was close.
So smart.
That was close.
Ridiculous. Playing on the edge of his seat.
Oh man.
And Native the nut.
That was 1/4 of his life, by the way.
Jab, jab, jab. Low 40 expired. That is safe. That is a chain. Actually, the stand jab is a chain. You can't move.
people are stepping up their anti-delay wake-up game. Now you think, oh, I can delay wake-up and I won't get meaty, right? Meaty, jab, 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 into a whole link, dude. It's brutal. Knockdown.
And this character has gotten buffed. Really strong.
Yes.
You can
definitely not bottom 3 anymore or whatever he was.
I would say he's one of the better characters in the game for sure. The fact that EXpire is -3, the Condor Spire is less startup, actually I think less recovery. Really ridiculous. Could whip punish footsies, body focus. And Native showing the power of a Wild Hawk.
He needs something wild right now. That is a punish.
Let me tell you something. At Shinjuku Taido Station in Japan, there is a random T-Hawk player that bodies Daigo free, okay? A lot of people don't know this, and there's no footage of it, okay? And I didn't say anything, and I didn't record any videos because I wanted it to be a blow-up. Because T-Hawk's are actually a really good character, and people just don't know.
Just so you know, the arcade Tenchi is talking about, it's one of the most common Street Fighter arcades. Oh, that's too far. And that's a full punish.
And people sleep on a lot of characters in this version of the game, and people don't know.
I think everybody knows T-Hawk is good now, man. I don't think
not everybody. There's a lot of underrated characters. People think Rolento still sucks.
Everybody's seen the replays online of T-Hawk doing Condor Spire like 20 times on people.
Not against the top players though in Japan.
I know, but still. Anyway, Sanford Kelly.
It's different when you see T-Hawk lighting up Daigo free. You know what I mean? That's a very different thing.
I just see Daigo as a regular player like anybody else.
Exactly.
It's true that he's really good though.
Yep.
I will give you that. Oh, beat out the backdash with that setup there. That was really
Sanford
slick.
is confident here. And a zero frame ultra doesn't
he
land it.
Was jumping. Sanford has evaded that every time, and that's been very important.
There.
Great pressure too. Oh, that was a bad fireball. Oh my God, Native's in.
And
Native's
it's a gamble.
50-50. He's gonna stay.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, he went behind.
Yeah, and this is Native style.
Dead.
Will he dive?
Oh!
And obviously that was the option. And Native playing really well today.
Like he won Evo just now. You see that?
And disturbing the battle circuit order this
God.
week. And Native just going crazy. How old is he again?
Brutal. Native, 16 or 17. You outplaying people.
All right, and there we go. Yeah, so a lot happened in that match. A lot of really good stuff from Native, a lot of not so good stuff. Sanford did a lot of really good stuff in that match. Some stuff may have been from just lack of experience in the matchup. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to turn this all the way down to 0 and play it from the beginning. I started at 3:37.
I guess he's feeling it.
Oh yeah, Blanca.
Okay, so I guess let me play it a little bit and then I'll talk about some stuff. The biggest misconception about T-Hawk right now is that Spire is OP, right? That's pretty much one of the bigger consensus of T-Hawk right now. That's not the case. In this matchup specifically, Oni has a very good advantage when it comes to T-Hawk. I think that Oni Hawk is not a good matchup for T-Hawk, but it's not a cakewalk either. Some of the harder matchups for T-Hawk now, because of the changes in Spire and how EXpire changed, his walk speed especially, a lot of his more difficult matchups become sort of doable. The biggest thing to note about Jab Condor Spire, which is going to be T-Hawk's primary get-in tool, is that it has 11 frames to start up and 11 frames of recovery, where he has 4 in the air, then 7 on the ground, which is kind of ambiguous. The biggest rule of thumb that I do for people who are having trouble with punishing Condor Spire, especially on whiff, is go into training mode and practice just whiff punishing the normal with a light move. Because if my math is correct, quote me if I'm wrong, probably you're safe with doing maybe like a 5-frame move to about 7-frame. Once you get to those like longer numbers of frames, you don't want to punish Spire. But another thing to note about Spire is that on hit it's -2, so it's unpunishable with normal things. Like Poison can punish it with Super, Chun-Li at certain ranges, Ryu, but on block it's -7. So a character like Oni can really take advantage of that fact alone. Because what T-Hawks are going to want to do is they're going to want to space Spire so it's less unpunishable. It's never the true quote-unquote safe on block. At maximum, you can get it to about neutral, but you'll never be able to get it to that like +1, +2. You'll always be at a slight disadvantage. Oni has tools of punishing counter Spire. So as an Oni player, you want to be constantly thinking, okay, if I block this counter Spire, I need to punish it 100% of the time. Because the thing is, you want to discourage T-Hawks just going in on you. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're playing this sort of run-the-mill guess game. You don't want the T-Hawk to get into this rhythm of controlled chaos. Because once T-Hawks get into that rhythm of controlled chaos, then it's really hard to get them off their game. And I think, especially in this first set, you'll see what happens when a player breaks down, and then when a T-Hawk player doesn't take advantage of that breakdown. So like I said before, I'm going to break down every little nuance that I can. There's some things I can rationally explain, some things I can irrationally explain. I'm doing my best to give you an idea of what the T-Hawk player is thinking at the time. If you have any questions in chat about anything that happens, feel free to ask. I'll peer back and forth between the two. Let's get to it. Okay, that's the first. That's probably the first like big moment of this match. A look that. Oh wait, I went back too far. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll let it play out. The look that. Oh man, my mistake. It happened. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry about that. This is gonna be actually a lot harder than I thought. We'll go back to the beginning again. I'm sorry. So I guess I can't rewind. You'll stay free me, I guess. Alright, so the beginning of the match starts. They start doing this. Puts the game. Sanford gets a really solid punish. Okay, right there. Oni did his Demon Stomp. A really big tendency that Onis do on Demon Stomp is they either backdash, do nothing, or do something. That's really the three things that can happen. And that's really universally the three things that matter, especially when you're dealing with Spire. I'll get into that much later. But what Native thought was that, okay, Sanford probably isn't going to create pressure with Oni after Demon Stomp because it's way too risky. Because there's a factor like, okay, what if he blocks my mix-up? And Sanford doesn't want to put himself in a situation where Native wants to mash. Because that's really what he's thinking, honestly. Like, there's no... I mean, I'd be thinking the same thing. Like, I don't want to be next to T-Hawk to put myself in a situation that he can mash out of something. So I'm going to avoid that. So Native smartfully dashes in, gets a throw. That was a fake cross-up jab. It's meaty. You can't do anything about it. It does lose to Oni on reversal DP, but if Sanford were to uppercut in that situation, he would have went in the opposite direction. So he faked the situation of body splashing, because that's a basic mix-up for T-Hawk, right? You do a light SBD, you jump in, safe jump timing, and do a splash, which is really strong against Oni, but Native knew that and did meaty jab. And meaty safe jump jab is so good against Oni. It's way too good. Way too good. But anyway, he still gets the pressure, still going in. Now, this is something that I understand why he did. He was keeping pressure with jab, which is what you're supposed to be doing. And once you get a character in the corner with T-Hawk, you have so much real estate to work with because his Dragon Punch isn't a standard vertical Dragon Punch. It's a diagonal Dragon Punch. So it's designed specifically to deal with jump-ins, especially with the arc of Heavy Punch. So as a T-Hawk player, when you corner someone, you want to press your advantage, but once you get them in the corner, you can take a step back and think, okay, now that he's in the corner, all of his options are gone. He theoretically can't jump. He theoretically can't dash forward. He has to force... I, as the person in the corner, have to force T-Hawk away from the corner and away from me, which is really, really difficult because if you throw a fireball, it might get jumped over. Sanford took a ballsy risk and jumped, where in any other situation against a lot of other characters, maybe that would have worked. He did jump in short, which was really a really good move of choice, because if he did medium DP, it would have lost to jump in short because there's no invincibility on it for whatever reason. If Native did jab DP, it would have traded. But unfortunately, Native went for jab Spire and SBD. And simultaneous thoughts, Sanford jumped, Native Spired, did SBD, and committed. And then he gets full punish for that. Sanford's trying to bait neutral jumps. He's trying to neutral jump to bait out SBD. Native goes for a jab there instead of going for an SBD. Kind of putting some damage on the table. Random DP, I don't know what that was about. Okay, so Native tried to EX Spire. Again, if I'm going too fast, let me know, I can slow down. Native did EX Spire into Ultra. What that trick or gimmick, you could say it's a trick or gimmick, whatever. It's really good, but it does have its flaws. There's actually a way to, once you do EX Spire and hold forward, you have about three frames to do something before you'd have to sort of commit to Ultra. Not a lot of people know that. So what I usually do with EX Spire, I'll show it later once I get my Xbox reset up, is that you can do EX Spire, do 720, and hold forward, or whatever direction that you end the 720 in, and you have about a footstep to react to do Ultra. What Native was looking for was the jump over, EX Spire on the opposite direction, and Ultra him. Unfortunately, because of the changes of EX Spire, that trick doesn't really work too much anymore, because what they did with EX Spire and Ultra was that they made it so that it extends farther forward. So that's very, very good. It's good for Sanford that Native, I guess, forgot about that. But again, he still gets hit for his troubles. Again, he tries to go for another Spire SBD setup, doesn't work. That was a crazy fireball. Misses the roundhouse. Goes for it again. Doesn't get it, and he finally gets it on EX. Safe jump. That actually, what Native tried to do, if you do a safe jump meaty jab, it actually shouldn't get reversaled. But unfortunately, it didn't work. I don't know why. Maybe he mistimed it. Maybe it was nerves. I don't know. I think Dave steals this round too, anyway. Yeah, loses a DP. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. Round two. That was a really poorly timed safe jump. again, what's important as a T-Hawk player to be aware of is you need, as a T-Hawk player, you're almost required to have your anti-air game really solid, because when your opponent jumps in on you, that's just free damage. There aren't a lot of, how you would say, there aren't a lot of characters that have the same kind of mix-up potential as T-Hawk off of a Dragon Punch. Because if you do heavy Dragon Punch as T-Hawk, you get a free mix-up. Free technical mix-up. And you're right in front of them. And when your opponent starts jumping at you and trying to bait mash SBD, you should punish them 100% of the time, or at least 80% of the time. What Sanford did against Native there in that exchange was that he neutral jumped at him, Native did nothing. He did a block string, Native did nothing, and then Sanford jumped and Native did nothing. What Native, he actually crouch teched in this situation, a blatant crouch tech, but what Native should have done was use his anti-air tools at his disposal. Because, again, like I was saying before, when someone jumps at you as T-Hawk, that's free damage. A Dragon Punch, I want to say it's 160 damage off Heavy Punch. So that's a lot of damage, especially in a matchup where you can take some risks. When Sanford neutral jumped, Native should have closed strong. A really bad habit that people have against T-Hawk, which usually is, I think works against Zangief to an extent. Quote me if I'm wrong. Don't quote me on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is they'll do a safe block string, then neutral jump. T-Hawk can actually do close strong, dash under, over for a mix-up. Native didn't do that there and was mashing crouch tech like a dummy, but that's okay. But yeah, like I keep saying, that anti-airs are so important. Again, this is a successful anti-air. This isn't what he wanted, I don't think, but this does work. If you are in the corner against a character, against really any character, specifically it's really strong against people safe jumps, slow neutral jumps and jump forwards that have, like, I want to say it's like anything higher than 4 pre-jump frames, then this works really well. Oni, I think, has 4 pre-jump frames, so this probably was a raw guess, but you can do a jab spire and it will just beat whatever they do in the air clean, which is done right here. And it counter hit something. Their Native tried to anti-air, which is something that, like, he's, I guess, actively realized, like, I have to stop bird watching, I have to punish something. And he tried to and get cross up Tatsu. Sucks, happens, but you gotta take what you do. And now he's in the corner, which isn't good. He works his way out. That was actually, that was a scramble. That was a legitimate scramble. The reason why Native went for jabs was that he wasn't 100% convinced that Sanford would stay on the ground. So he just did a jab string instead. But if you got the jab string, he should have known that once you hit 2 jabs, you can just confirm into Spire to reconfirm that they're staying on the ground. And if they jump back, they'll get hit by Spire. But granted, the safest situation for Native, I think in his mind, excuse me, was that, you know, I'm just going to do some jabs just to make sure that he stays on the ground and then try to go for something else. I think any other T-Hawk in that situation would probably have ultra'd, and it probably would have worked. But, you know, what can you do? Again, that was another situation where he should have closed strong. Close strong as an anti-air for T-Hawk is way too good. It's probably one of his best anti-airs. And it's cancelable. Even better. So, he still gets this round through jabs. So good stuff. He gets a jab link, actually. Close strong in the stand jab. Round 3. Again, another anti-air that should have been trotted. I don't know what the word is. And then Sanford tries to go for fake anti-air baits. Oh, gets an SPD for his trouble. Good punish on the EX dive. Drop combo, and Native capitalizes. Yo, that was a crazy glitch. Did anyone else catch that glitch? If you noticed, Native was completely cornered. Like, pretty much cornered. And he was in the corner. And a really dumb exploit that you can do for T-Hawk to get out of the corner, I'll show it later as well, for those interested, is that you do jab SPD, just a raw jab SPD in the corner as a punish, and the game will push you out of the corner, which is what happened here. I mean, I wish I could go back and show it. I mean, maybe? Yeah, I can go back and show it. Yeah, let me go back a little bit. I'll go back about a minute. There we go. This is the situation. Now watch what happens when he gets the jab SPD. Oh wait, yeah, this is going in the next round. So this is just restarting in the next round. I'll call out when to start looking for that situation, because this actually is a really useful tactic to use as a T-Hawk player. So. Alright, it's coming up right here. Now watch. He is legitimately in the corner. Legitimately in the corner. Chokes. Now watch what happens to the corner. Like, what? Yo! Capcom, please! And now Sanford's corner. And then Native just mashes out. And then people are mind fucked. Or mind effed. So, when you have low life as a grappler, and you're in a block string, let's say you're in a situation where Native was in, was that if Sanford, maybe not necessarily, but more in the sense of that Native was like trying to keep a smile in. If they do a combo and you're going to die from it, like if they're going to do some like crazy combo and they're aiming to kill you, a lot of times you can just, for lack of a better explanation, you can probably just mash, because the risk of you losing is just the same as if you weren't mashing. So in that situation, Sanford tried to go for a combo. He screwed up and lost to a Mass Ultra. A lot of other players, I don't think, would have went for that risk of thinking, there's no way that Sanford won't land this combo. There's no way. But Native went for that risk, and it worked out in his favor. And now he's up a game. Everyone is mind fucked. Zeus is trying to stay chill about it. He's trying to go, I don't know. I don't know what happened. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta churn. Sometimes you gotta churn. I just read a comment that someone said. The best way I can explain taking guesses with a grappler is that when you're exposed to a situation a lot of times, more often than not, the guess turns into a guarantee. A good example I can give you is, let's say I do a jab SPD and then I safe jump you. you don't know it's a safe jump. Let's say you don't know it's a safe jump. Now, the guess, I guess, that's a bad example. I'll explain that a little bit later once I can get my thoughts together. But I'll go back to that in a bit. That's actually a good, it's a good point. EMP combo fiend fail us. It's a good point, but it's a little bit more than that. Maybe someone else in the chat can probably word the thought that I'm trying to convey better. If not, I'll just go back to it. Anyway. And again, that's an anti-air that Native should have hit, but didn't. Again, he's crouch teching. Again, that's the same situation. Sanford jumped, Native blocked. Native was crouch teching for some reason. Sanford neutral jumped, and he should have gotten anti-air at least once for his troubles. Not much else goes on outside the fact that Sanford's not anti-airing. And Native went to SPD. That was a really tricky mix-up. Finally gets an anti-air and somehow dash SPDs. I think the reason why Native did a dash was that he was expecting Sanford to backdash. Because in the world, I guess you'd say, of risk management, if Sanford backdashed, okay. He's at TL's at a little bit over 50%. So the worst thing that he possibly could do is a combo into Ultra, which would do like maybe 45, 400, maybe 450 before scaling. So the damage that he could have taken from losing to like an uppercut of some kind, or losing to like backdash, was very small. So Native went for a dash just to confirm that SPD would hit and SPD him. I think the second dash was kind of like just raw. The second dash was obviously raw guessy, and Sanford did nothing for probably what would be like 48 frames, but it worked. And this is pretty much the point of the set where if Koji Cog was playing, he probably would just go ham at this point, because you're up on match point against a bad matchup. You're obviously in the player's head at this point because they have to now win 2 straight games. So 4 games in a row, basically. And that's really hard to do against a T-Hawk. And if I was Native, I probably would have wanted to press that advantage, but we'll see what happens. This is the same opening again of Sand Roundhouse. Now Sanford's reversaling. If you've noticed, Sanford's pushing a lot more buttons in the neutral situation. Mainly looking for Spire or looking for a point of advancement. But if I'm the grappler watching this happen, that's showing to me that my opponent is getting a little bit nervous. And he's like, okay, I might lose, so I have to make sure he doesn't get near me. And it kind of didn't work because now he's in a mix-up on the technical. But again, if you're a grappler in this situation, that's where you start smelling blood in the water. Takes a raw guess on a Dragon Punch. That was really bad. And now Native's cornered. And unfortunately, this is where the match kind of turns a little bit south. Native wastes a meter there on EX. He gets a dive, and he still has a chance. He should have anti-aired there, but... Again, Sanford's trying to take it a little bit slower. Oh, that was a good expired SPD. Safe jump. Guessed wrong. That was a good punish on the dash-in. Again, he should have anti-aired. He gets frost up jab in the DP, but whatever. And now this is bad. Native wants to end this, which I completely understand. But when you're in a situation like this, you can kind of take a step back and go, okay, I don't have to do much of anything now. I mean, he has to come to me. And I'm T-Hawk. He's not going to want to come to me. And Odie doesn't have a strong enough fireball to press advantage for. So, really, what Native could be doing in a situation like this, or even if you were playing in a situation like this, you can kind of take a step back and think, okay, I really don't have to do much. So let's just chill out, let the rest of the match ride out, and see what happens. And Sanford does have enough time to make a considerable comeback. He does have 68 seconds. 2 bars going on his third, so and an ultra. So he does have the resources to come back in a situation. But it's definitely difficult. And right there was really bad because Sanford was really scared of EX dive, so he did fireball FADC backwards. So now he has 1 bar to work with as opposed to the 2 and maybe 3 he could have had if he didn't do that. But he was extremely scared of EX condor dive. And thankfully enough, Native wastes it. And you see Sanford churn in DP. And finally gets a close strong. And this situation was really bad. Because medium punch... Well, I'll say it in a sec. The only thing in this situation that Sanford could have done that would have reliably chipped him out was heavy punch DP. And Sanford did medium. So all Native had to do was block and he would have won. He would have blocked, had about maybe a pixel's worth of life, and that would have been that. So unfortunately, now we have to play this round 3. Native still gets his splash mix up. Meaty technical. You saw that he reversaled something. And again, some really troublesome risks. Gets an SPD. And Sanford is churning Dragon Punch. That's really funny. And gets jabbed for his troubles. I think this is the match that's kind of crazy. Sanford finally anti-airs. Why would you do that? Never do that. They both thought something was going to happen, so they both backed off. Ugh. The reason why Jab Spire is so good in this situation, and really a lot of situations when a player is down backing, is because it's really difficult to react to something that's 11 frames with 11 frames recovery. That's like really hard to call for. So again, it's still a guess because you're guessing if they're going to down back, and there are sort of pseudo option selects that you could do to bait out the situation, but it's I'll explain a little bit more about risk management with T-Hawk in a bit, but it's it works. I use it, so but it's still kind of tricky. Gets hit by a meaty jab again. And Sanford finally realizing that that's not a true block string and uppercuts through it. Yeah, and then he eats a full ultra. I don't know why Native matched ultra there, or was churning for ultra. It wasn't a reversal, so that was just a raw guess. Gets this what? Close back strong? Is that back strong, I think, but only, right? Game 3. Wow. again, so much real estate that could be had of anti-airs and nothing happened. That won't work. Somehow Native wins this. I don't know how, but okay. And again, Native keeps going for these risks. It's, well, finally gets it. Meaty jab, again, into nothing. Here's a situation that defines this match, which shows a heavy lack of experience on Sanford's part. I shouldn't say experience, maybe mental awareness is the better word. When a T-Hawk neutral jumps at you as Oni, and you have EX, you are better off 9 times out of 10 just EXing. EXDP. Especially if T-Hawk has a bar. Because if the T-Hawk player does nothing and you ultra, you're going to get hit by Condor Dive. In this case, he gets hit by EX, which we'll see. The problem with that is it showed a slight break of situational awareness, because Sanford should have noticed, okay, Native's jumping, I have 2 bars. The safest thing I could possibly do is EX him if I'm afraid of Condor Dive. Because Sanford's thinking he's going to try to Condor Dive me, so I'm just going to ultra him. And then lo and behold, that doesn't work. And then Sanford gets hit by EX Dive. And after EX Dive against Shotos, you have a really good option of doing a quote, I don't want to call it a safe jump splash, but it's a reversal DP trap where once you land for Spire, the opposite direction and do a really early splash. And if you do an early splash and they Dragon Punch, you'll beat Dragon Punch clean, which is what happens. And you sit on these nuts, and everyone's going crazy. T-Hawk Army, blah blah blah. Good job. But again, Sanford should have known that he had a bar for EX Dive. Like, there's no reason to not have known that. And he pretty much cost him the game because of that. Sanford's really happy because those are like his demons. So, having to play 2 Blankas and a Oni is tough. And it worked out. Again, like I was saying before, there was some good stuff in that match.
Respect the land.
Oh, there's some good stuff in that match. Not so good stuff. Let me actually get the actual camera I'm using. Not so good stuff. And it's kind of tricky. As a T-Hawk player, you're kind of playing in the edge a lot. They mentioned in the video, well, Tenchi mentions that there's 3 types of T-Hawk, and there are 3 types. There's the solid sort of, let me switch cameras. The solid sort of like, I want to play footsies, I use SBD as a punishment T-Hawk, which is something that Fuzzy Fi uses. I used to use to an extent. What's his name? Toro on Xbox Live. He's another Japanese T-Hawk. They use that. Hungbi does that as well. There is a mix-up based T-Hawk that's looking for, I'm going to get SBD, I'm going to mix you up. And when those type of players go for mix-ups that are guarantees, so they don't necessarily do mix-ups that put themselves in a lot of risk. A lot of times it involves safe jumps. There's safe jump videos everywhere for T-Hawk. A lot of those T-Hawks like to use Ultra 2 because it's definitely the better option if you're looking for a mix-up based. Mix-ups off of SBD. And then you have the 3rd type, which is kind of controlled chaos, which Native plays that way, Koji Cog plays that way. Koji Cog actually is the king of playing that way. Because the thing is, when you're accustomed to that style a lot, you tend to, like, from the opponent's standpoint looking at you, they think that, like, you're just random. You're just some random T-Hawk that's going to random you out. But everything that they're doing is actually a calculated risk based on the situation, which is how Koji plays, which is terrifying. Because when you're in a situation like that, you don't know what's left from what's right and who has control. So that's that. It was a decent match. There was some good stuff, not so good stuff. I apologize for my mid-level commentary of stuff. If you guys want me to, I could probably do another one. Probably not of Native. I might find another, like, is there another player that you guys want me to do? I could probably find one of Koji really fast. Just let me know. I can do one. I can do another one. It's not a big deal. Actually, you know what? Since I have you guys here, let's actually do one from that happened at the Evo After Hours. If I can find them. Because what Koji Cog does, which is really good, is that, wow, it's on here twice from 2 different channels. The hell? That's really bad. Koji Cog is the king of jab pressure. So, you know what I'm going to do for you guys now? I'm going to not get 895 from his back. And let me actually go here. Sorry, black screen. Oh no. Again, for those of you guys who are actually interested, I am still doing a full T-Hawk tutorial with Native and Min. We had to reschedule because Min was feeling a little under the weather. Native was MIA for some reason. But what I want to do for you guys right now is to show you some things that T-Hawk players do that you should be aware of and things that you can look out for. I'll show you guys some tricks too. Let me add... Okay, I fixed it. Is that right? Does that look right? Yeah, it looks okay. Okay, so while that video 895s me, I'm going to switch here. Sorry for the noise that ensues. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you some things that Native was trying to do and sort of break down why they're good, why they're not good. Let me actually turn a light on. Again, this is the first time I ever did something like this, so if it's something that you like, something you want to see more of, let me know. If it's something that you absolutely dislike entirely, it's totally fine. Thank you either way for spending the time to even attempt to listen to what I have to say. But I guess let's go over some stuff that Native was trying to do in that match. And also go over a few tricks that I think could have been useful. Hang on. Yeah, it was really weird. The other day, my power surged. Not surged, but lightning struck one of the power grids near my house, and it caused my power to surge, and it like restarted everything in our house. So like my internet reset, everything on my laptop's reset, and actually reset the panels. So I have to re-add them at some point today. Hopefully I can do that at some point. But anyway, let's go over some things that Sanford was doing. Now, a big grappler trick that people like to do is this. Oh wait, sorry. The reason why that's not good against T-Hawk is that T-Hawk actually has mix-up options to deal with that. So he blocked that. Oops, sorry. There you go. Close Strong as an anti-air is really good. It beats a lot of stuff, and also, it's cancelable. So, you have to be careful as a T-Hawk player to look out for stuff like that. And also, just overall, looking out for jump-ins. Because if your opponent jumps in at you, that's free damage. And actually that's, if I turn on attack data, it's 160 damage. Free. Free damage, free mix-up. Anyway, that was probably the biggest thing that I saw in that match across the board that I feel that if Native was doing more of, it would have been beneficial. Another thing that Native was doing, which I'm actually not too good at, is meaty jab. Which looks like that. If you reversal DP, it'll whiff if you time it right. I'm gonna actually switch sides. It's probably easier for me to switch characters. For me to explain some stuff, right? That's probably the better way of doing it. Alright, so let me pick Oni, and I'll pick T. Oh, okay. Thanks, man. I'll do that shortly. Oh, so the whole presentation's there. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Alright, so let me do this setup again. If you time that correctly, reversal should whiff. Which I didn't. Because I'm slow, I usually just do... Oh, well, sorry. Because I'm slow, I usually do a jab for timing. Like that. But... Oops. But if you time this right... Hopefully it's the right time. Well, if you time that correctly... Yeah, I haven't timed that correctly. But if you time that correctly, reversal will get a reversal. Which is what you saw in that match. Unfortunately, I'm not the best at that setup as of yet. Because it's a pretty new setup. Because it works against delayed wake up as well. So it's something I should do better. But then again, I'm not the setup guy, right? What was something else that he was doing? Oh, let me show you that thing I was telling you about. So if you're a T-Hawk in the corner and blah blah, let's do the same situation where like Sanford was going for, I think it was going for this. Yeah, it was going for this. Something like that. I don't know. Oh, I see. He was going for this. Something of the sort. Like back strong. Like 3 of them. Anyway. Either way, Sanford dropped it. So, if you're in the corner as a T-Hawk, watch what happens when I do jab SPD. Oops. Or I don't do jab SPD. The game pushes the corner out. And that's a considerable amount of space. It's like, what, 1, 2, 3 characters lengths out? So, if I'm in the corner as a grappler, especially as T-Hawk, I want to land this for, like, all eternity. Because then if you get that, you're out of the situation. And the best part is, too, I probably don't have enough time. The best part is, too, if you do this into a heavy punch spire, or heavy kick spire, they can't reverse it. Play that. Okay. So I'm just gonna mash uppercut. You're just completely safe. Oh. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. You're completely safe. So I'm this time going to do EX. Reversal. It's really, really good. What's up, Aqua Soap? A lot of characters have that. Poison has that in the corner. I can't think of another character does that I can't think of right now. Really, really good. Really good. But in that matchup in general, you shouldn't allow the Oni to be neutral jumping against you. Because any neutral jump equals to a close strong. Any jump in equals to a dragon punch. Pretty straightforward. His fireball is good. But again, it runs a risk because the recovery is kind of poo-poo. So you guys want to see that? You guys want to see that Alex Myers Koji match? I mean, I have it queued up. So, if you want me to play that, let me know, and I can actually fix the panel in the meantime. So I guess you want me I guess I'll do that. Just give me 1 second. So like I was saying before, I'm probably gonna do the tutorial with native. I want to say next weekend or the week after. Probably right before the barbecue tournament. Sooner or later. So let me move myself and I'll get that match queued up. So this match happened at the Evo After Hours in the Lapchi Suite. Shout out to Arturo Sanchez for capturing this. This is probably one of the most ridiculous videos, most ridiculous videos of Hawk I've seen in a very long time. And we're gonna get 895. The whole round. Unfortunately, because monetization, yes. Okay, so let me actually pause it. Just gonna change something really quick for you guys. Just gonna adjust how the sound, just adjusting some volume on my end. Okay, so I'll play this match in its entirety. Native. Koji does some ridiculous stuff. So I guess let's get cracking.
You're a Dugan? Stream, okay, so I'm waking up safe. Not only did I fall asleep 4 times in the last set of matches, I fully believe that not Smug, why are you saying the wrong thing? Alex Myers is going to use Reddit money. All of the crowdfunding going to Koji Cox's pocket. Yo, Koji Cox didn't remember me. I had to name the arcades. I named Sega Avion. Got it. We didn't remember playing. But Uriel died.
I actually want to talk about that situation specifically. I'll do this a little bit different, and since I have the game on this screen. Okay, cool. So real quickly, I'm gonna explain the pressure string that Koji is doing. This string was pretty much as standard in the previous version, but because backwards DP was really hard, a lot of TL players just didn't use it. So let's pick Sakurai. Where is she? I can't find her. Where is she? I just saw her. What the heck? Is she showing this side of the screen? There she is. Shows how much I play other characters. And let's pick T-Hawk. So the string that Koji likes to do, what all Hawks like to do, is this one. I'll explain this later in the T-Hawk tutorial. Oh, oops, sorry. I'll explain this string in a bit more detail in the T-Hawk tutorial, and I'll probably rehatch it. But when you're Sakura as T-Hawk, giving Alex Myers information, is you don't want to down back. You want to stand block it, because if you stand block it, oops, that happens, etc. Oops. Because when you crouch block, your hitbox gets wider. So if I crouch this, oh my god, computer, calm down. Recording of, oh my god. All right, let me do that again, but space it so that I can actually think in between the. Oops, sorry. Okay. If you crouch block this, you'll get hit by all of it. But if you stand block it... Oops, sorry. Let me not be in the corner. You have a much easier opportunity to punish. Whoops. That should work, but my timing with Sakura sucks. Oops. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I just gave misinformation that worked in a previous version. Sorry. My fault. Something to note that I should have mentioned before even going into that. I'm really sorry about that. If you string that in the Spire, it's actually unpunishable. I'm so sorry. I gave misinformation. Regardless if you stand or block it. I'm thinking of something that used to be old information that used to be canon, but now it's not canon because Spire is super fast. But overall, this is a crouch bait. That is still consistent. This isn't a true block string. Oops, sorry. This is not a true block string, but you can't really do much if you... See, you can't really do much if you see, you counter it. Actually, let me just macro it. You'll always get counter hit if you're trying to do a crouching move. If you jab, it trades. You can do a jab to beat it, obviously. But since it's not a true block string, I think it's like a 3-frame gap, I want to say. Something really slow. But that's me with Turbo. So. Oops. Damn it. I'm trying to force it to trade. It's really hard to punish, or a really hard gap to interrupt. Another trick that T-Hawks like to do, that Koji was doing with a passion, is jab. This move wrecks Sakura really hard. So what some T-Hawks like to do is they'll get like an SPD and they'll just jab you. So, alright, so I'm going to try as Sakura to... Actually, let me do it this way. Okay, so let me try as Sakura to punish it. I'm pretty sure she can't, but... Oops. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a counter hit. This is me trying to do crouch forward. There it is. The reason why that happens is as long as you're at the max range of jab, you'll counter hit anything that she does. And in that match, that round, I should say, that's all that's all Koji was doing. He was riding on that fact and just taking it to the bank and cashing in all the chips. Anyway, let's go back to it. That'll probably be the last time I do something like that. I'll just let it run the rest in its entirety.
Yeah, I read it, money's going. You feel it going away? Going to his back pocket. But, you know, that's what you want to see. That's why you tap on people. You want to see them there. play against it.
Did you ever notice that Native has like that? Not Native. You notice that Koji has that like bird neck? Anyone ever noticed that? Like, I wonder if they make jokes about that in Japan. Like, he literally like does something with his neck that makes him look like he's doing like a bird thing. I thought that was really funny. Someone in the stream chat during this match said that. I just thought it was hilarious. Anyway.
Actually, I won't have to. Honestly, fuck it. Yo, Stream, you saw that, right? Stream, you saw that, right? You saw those signs. Pull the MJ there. Please tell me you guys saw that. Think about that. But that was like right in front of me. Stream, please back me up on this. You guys saw that, right?
Who will emerge victorious? Fight! The fight is officially underway. T-Hawk wins! It's the battle of the century! Fight! And there's the first hit. What's next? The fight is underway. Which of these two challengers will walk away as champion? Use your opponent's power to your advantage!
Guys, Koji Kog's side is hot. You guys are turning.
Is it the end?
That, for the record, was ridiculous. Sorry, that was some ridiculous counter, Yomi. I guess this was the exchange, right? So Native did an empty jump into nothing, knowing that Alex wanted to do something crazy. Like, what? And then he messed up the SBD punish, but the fact that he knew that Alex wanted to do something is absolutely insane. Like, insane.
Help me bring Billy on. I can't do it. I can't disable the chat. I love you guys though. I still love
What
you.
will happen now? Fight!
Can't bring all the hotties.
The first hit has been recorded.
There's another situation of using safe jump meaty jab. That's really a trick I should actually practice. It's really useful.
Use your full power to your advantage.
I'm not been into us right now. Oh wow! He popped off. He popped off. Popped off.
T-Hawk wins.
He's such a character. Yeah, there was some good stuff in there. This first round was really good.
Who will emerge in
Or this first game. Now what T-Hawk can do, which is really, really strong. I'm actually going to turn the sound off. Turn this on. Okay, so something that is really good for T-Hawk now is applying pressure with jab. And Koji does this so incredibly well. Where he establishes really early the dominance of jab in this matchup. Like you see, he's fishing for counter hits off jab. Like, and then Alex is forced to EX out. Finally gets corner pressure, gets EX fire for his trouble, and gets medium SBD from really far away. Again, still applying the jab pressure. He's not even showing SBD as something he wants to do. Because I think now, for T-Hawk, it's a matter of establishing, I guess you would say, establishing the ground game and then applying the SBD game. I think doing that is a lot more viable in the long run. But that's just me. Continuing. Oh, we got the stun too, Jesus. Yes, Red Cyclone 86. Oh, what I was saying, your number's 86. He brings up a really good point that since jab isn't a true block string, let me switch to my actual screen. Oh wait, no, not this one. I'll just go to the one that has just a panel, just the game screen. Since Spire isn't a true block string, you're a lot of times better off just focusing it. There is a risk, which I'll show. Oops, sorry. It really depends on how good your focus is. Because you're still in the situation, so I don't think there's not a lot of focuses that are really positive on hit. I'm gonna try the level 2 off Spire. Yeah, you can't level 2, you can level 1, which is nice. Or you could do this. What? Really? What the hell? Wait a minute, doesn't... Hang on. That's strange. That's really strange. Can someone explain that to me? Am I doing something wrong? I need an explanation! Yeah, what the fuck? Whoa. Yeah, I don't know. Does that work for everything? I mean, I don't... I'll try this. Okay. Yeah, what the hell? Interesting. Really interesting. Huh. Anyway, the point that I was trying to get to was that you can focus... But shouldn't you be able to crumple off of red? Are there any other moves that don't do that? I never knew that until just now. Wow, really crazy stuff. I mean, you can't focus, you can't crumple. Some characters can get a crumple. I want to say, let me try poison. I'm pretty sure poison gets a crumple. I'm almost 99% sure. If not, then I guess a good option would be to focus, attack, and then disengage. I mean, definitely not in the corner, but... Oops. Yeah, I guess not. Huh. But it's still a viable tactic. Because then you can, focus disengage or attack disengage. Another risk though that's involved in that is what if the T-Hawk does nothing and just jabs you out, which is what happened against Alex, but anyway, let's keep going. Let me go back to that. That was a pretty nutty scramble. Wow. Like, Native Koji does some really interesting stuff where, like, he banks on fear and does nothing. Like, that exchange of, like, Alex retreating, he was expecting SBD the whole way, and Native didn't even, and Koji didn't even show it. That's ridiculous. Really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Yo, Jab Ultra! Yeah, basically, right? That Jab Ultra was ridiculous. Man, again, like, well, a lot of what Koji's doing is pretty basic, where he's creating situations of creating pressure with jab. That actually works. He's dead, actually, or almost. Just create jab pressure, and he gets EX'd. Man, that's some good stuff. Good stuff. Very good stuff. I'm just gonna cut it from here. But either way, thank you for, I guess, watching, or, oh shit. I'll just upload this presentation again. Thank you again for watching that. Whoopsies. If that's something that you like, I can do more of it. Again, it's the first time me actually, like, telling myself, okay, let me do a sort of walkthrough of that match. Because I think there was some good stuff that happened in not only the Koji match, but in the match with Native. So it's something that I'm also kind of interested in doing more of. So if it's something that you like and you liked what you heard and you got some stuff out of it, then please let me know. If you didn't, please let me know as well, I guess. I'm not really a Nazi when it comes to feedback of any kind. I'm open to all positive, all negative. Any feedback is good feedback, in my opinion. So yeah, please let me know if that's something that you guys like. I can do more of it. I can do none of it. It's really up to you guys. So I guess now, what time is it? It's 5 o'clock. I've been streaming since 12. I guess you want me to, I could do some ranked if you guys want. Just checking some stuff out real quick. Yeah, you know, I'll play some ranked for a little bit, and then probably at like 6 o'clock I'll wrap it up, or like 5:30. I'll play a little bit of ranked. I'm playing a lot today. One sec. Yeah, I'll run some ranked, and then I'll just call it a day after that. Again, for those who don't know, this is the Always Godlike channel. If you like stuff that you see, be sure to follow this channel. It's not always Street Fighter, sometimes it's other games. Be sure to follow my own channel, which is, I'll put a link in the description. I'll put a link in, I'll put a link in the stream chat. If I'm not on the AG channel, I'm usually on that channel.
Respect the land.
Play some T-Hawk. Since we're all T-Hawked up. I'll play like 5 or so games. Oh, this might be good. This poison might be good. Or she might be awful. One way to find out. That was good stuff. Really, really solid stuff. With this matchup in general, like, you kind of have to walk her out. And then once she's in the corner, you kind of go nuts. There we go. Gonna do nothing. Yeah, not much she can do. She's just eaten by throws. I actually shouldn't have eaten that, but yeah, I think Scruffs is kind of screwed. Scruff is kind of screwed. Yeah. EX Fire is unpunishable on block. Poison can punish it with super, but it's -3. And it knocks down on hit. Jab Spire is -7. So that's really punishable. Like you can punish that with a rock. You can throw a plane at it and you can still punish. Yeah, she can punish it with crouch jab. It's range dependent though. I mean, it'll still maintain its -7. Sorry, -3. But if she's out of range to do jab, then she's out of range. Oh, is stream behind? Or is speed behind from actual gameplay? Let me know. I did a MC Jump Ultra. Let me know when that happened for you guys. Like if that was out of sync from the time I said it. Because my stream is like looking behind on my end. Like this is bad, but okay. Yeah, it's a little ahead. I'll probably do a restart. Okay, let me do a restart. Be right back.